Most people are not physically exhausted. They're mentally exhausted. There's a difference. A lot of people wake up tired before the day even really begins. The body may have technically rested, but the mind never fully slowed down. Welcome to the Bloom and Beyond podcast. Today we're talking about why so many people feel mentally exhausted all the time and what constant overstimulation is actually doing to the body and mind. Most people are taking in more information in one day than previous generations took in over much longer periods of time. Phones, notifications, emails, scrolling, noise, news, messages, multitasking. The brain is constantly processing information. Very little space exists for quiet anymore. That constant input affects people more than they realize. The nervous system was never designed to stay on all the time. The body responds to stimulation as stress, even when the stimulation is not physically dangerous. Constant alerts, noise, information, and pressure keep the nervous system activated. And over time, that creates mental exhaustion. One of the biggest problems is that many people no longer realize what calm actually feels like. Being busy, distracted, and mentally overloaded has become normal. Quiet feels unfamiliar. Slowing down feels uncomfortable. Many people reach for their phones automatically the second there's a moment of silence. That constant stimulation prevents the mind from fully resting. Research has shown that chronic stress and overstimulation can increase cortisol levels, affect sleep, increase anxiety, impact focus and attention, and contribute to mental fatigue. Constant multitasking also reduces concentration, and it increases cognitive overload. The brain is not designed to focus on multiple things at once for long periods of time. People often think they're resting when they're scrolling or sitting in front of a screen, but their brain is still processing information continuously, and that's not true mental rest. Mental exhaustion often shows up physically. Difficulty focusing, feeling emotionally drained, irritability, brain fog, trouble sleeping, feeling overwhelmed by small tasks, and difficulty making decisions. And that last one is important. Decision fatigue is real. The brain uses energy making decisions all day long. What to respond to, what to buy, what to watch, what to eat, what to do next. Small decisions add up. And that constant processing drains mental energy. One thing that I noticed after spending time in the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota was how different my mind felt without constant input. The quiet felt strange at first. Then it started to feel calming. No endless notifications. No constant scrolling on my phone. No pressure to keep checking something. The brain finally had time to slow down. That changes how you feel physically too. Breathing slows down. The body relaxes. Sleep improves. Thoughts feel clear. The nervous system finally gets a break. Nature helps with that because it reduces stimulation instead of increasing it. There's less noise competing for attention, less pressure to respond, less information being processed every second, and the body responds well to that. Most people do not need more stimulation. They need less. One of the biggest misconceptions about rest is that rest simply means sitting down. True rest involves reducing stimulation. A person can sit on the couch for hours while still mentally overstimulated. The brain never fully slows down if it is constantly consuming information. That's why people can spend an entire evening relaxing while still feeling mentally exhausted afterward. The nervous system never actually settled. There's also a difference between entertainment and restoration. Entertainment keeps the brain engaged. Restoration allows the brain to recover. Quiet walks, nature, stillness, music without multitasking, moments without input. Those things restore the nervous system differently. Another important piece of this is attention span. Constant stimulation trains the brain to expect constant stimulation. That makes slower activities feel harder. Reading becomes harder. Quiet becomes harder. And focus becomes harder. The brain starts craving constant input. That cycle increases mental fatigue over time. Small changes can help to interrupt that pattern. Putting the phone down for short periods. Walking without headphones occasionally. Driving without constant noise. Stepping outside for a few moments. Creating small moments where the brain is not consuming information. Those moments matter. Mental health is affected by environment more than many people realize. The brain responds differently to quiet, natural light, movement, and reduced stimulation. And that's one reason nature feels so healing for so many people. The nervous system finally feels safe enough to relax. There's also value in boredom. People rarely experience boredom anymore because there's always something available to fill the space. Boredom used to create imagination, creativity, reflection, and mental recovery. Now most moments are immediately filled with stimulation. Constant stimulation leaves very little room for the brain to reset. Slowing down doesn't mean doing nothing. It means allowing the nervous system to spend less time in a constant state of activation. That is something that many people desperately need right now. If you've been feeling mentally exhausted, overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or unable to focus, there may be more going on than simply being busy. Your nervous system may be overloaded. That does not mean that you need to completely disconnect from the world. It does mean that your brain likely needs more quiet, more stillness, and less constant input. Small changes add up. Moments of quiet help. Nature helps. Reducing stimulation helps. The brain and body respond to calm in powerful ways. Mental exhaustion is not a weakness. It is often the result of a nervous system that has not had enough opportunity to rest. If this episode helped you, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. We're going to keep having honest conversations about stress, health, healing, and creating a life that feels calmer, healthier, and more sustainable.